Do, 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 do. So I've been listening to House C lately. Well, today, actually, not lately. But, yeah. It's the album that has her, I don't know which one it is. The one that has her with the baby and her titties out. That was just listening to the Lilith song. All that you give away. Like, I relate to that song because I will admit I'm someone who has a history of self-sabotage. So that song, it basically talks about that. It's named Lilith. That's the name of the song. Not everybody likes Lilith. Not many people. Oh, I think it was Sunday night. I was watching this video from, what was his name? Oh, Mythic Concepts. He no longer posts. I think he only posted like 4 or 5 videos. And I was watching the Kali Ma video. So he was talking about the goddess itself, the goddess herself, and the different embodiments of her, and, you know, what she stood for and what she stood on. What she was doing was just dancing on Shiva or Shiva. I can't remember right now, but I was just thinking about her because the thing about Lilith, she's a biblical figure. Well, she was removed from the Bible because she was a rebel. She would not be subservient to a man. Let's see. I don't think we're meant to be like that towards each other. Oh. Blame the person that did the hierarchy system, you know? Got 6 of Pentacles. What's that about? The 6 of Pentacles to show somebody with a red hand. It's like, I want to say there's somebody. I was going to say someone, because they say the 6 of Pentacles is about generosity, sharing, right? In the best sense. In the negative sense, in the shadow sense, this is breadcrumbing. So let's see. Tell me about the 6 of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles. Got the Knight of Pentacles. Was he ready? But that's what came out. It's interesting because that song said the more that you give away is the more that you have. And I'll read the lyrics to you. It's at the bottom. Well, it is. Well, I'm going to scroll down. The more that you give away, the more that you have. So the more that you give away, the more that you have, the more that they take. So some of you may have been giving into a situation. This is fine. The Knight of Pentacles came out with the King of Pentacles in reverse. So it's like somebody wants to stay. I feel like some of you may be dealing with somebody who is like at this level, but is only giving at that level, or it's just someone who's incapable of giving you more because they're stuck at a certain level. Look at that. It has to do with worth. I feel like somebody feels like they're unworthy of you. With the Empress. With the 6 of Pentacles, like somebody's been breadcrumbing an Empress? Yeah, somebody's been holding back because the 4 of Pentacles came out. Yeah, somebody's been holding back. I want to know why the King of Pentacles in reverse, because I know this message started off randomly, but it's interesting how I was listening to that song and then that's the energy that comes out. Because, you know, the Six of Pentacles is about sharing, giving, generosity, fairness, giving fairly, giving to those who need. But the Knight of Pentacles with the King of Pentacles in reverse to the Empress, it's like somebody has been giving, but not at the value that Empress deserves. Maybe somebody has been intentionally or unintentionally holding back. Or it could be the Empress is the one holding back because she's no longer wanting. I did a message like this yesterday. Well, it was a video. I said something about you don't have to settle for less just because someone can only offer you less. You know, sometimes you need to be with people who can offer you what you can offer. You need someone who can match your offer. And that applies to jobs too. Like some of you may be getting an opportunity and they're offering you like a certain salary, but you're like, no, I know I deserve more than what you're willing to give me, what you're offering. Some of you may be wanting to hold back from accepting an offer because you deserve something that will bring you stability. And, you know, the King of Pentacles is someone who is stable, secure, you know. It could be with a relationship. It could be a relationship offer. You may be holding back, no longer investing. Or you're just waiting for the right offer. Let me take this off. Well, let's see. Let's find out about the King of Pentacles. Why is the King of Pentacles in reverse? Let me shuffle first. Why is the King of Pentacles in reverse? I thought it was interesting. Why is the King of Pentacles in reverse? Get away. Tell me about the King of Pentacles in reverse. Why is the King of Pentacles in reverse? King of Pentacles in reverse. Another thought that came to me was people, you may be receiving money, but you're supposed to be giving it to somebody. So if some of you are receiving money on behalf of someone and you're like kind of not giving them the money, that could be what it is. Two that popped up in my mind. Okay. This came out kind of sideways, but it's the Six of Pentacles. Since it came out like that, I'm thinking the King of Pentacles feels like they're not completely successful. Maybe they're on their way, but they don't feel like they're quite there, because the way this came out on its side, or as like Phoenix Kia Tarot likes to say, it comes out a little squiffy. I feel, but it landed on top of the Empress and the Four of Pentacles. So I feel like this person may feel like they're not as successful, successful to come like towards or being able to match what an Empress can offer. The way this card is, the person, it looks like they're looking up at something. So this person may be looking up to the Empress energy because they feel like maybe she's at a place that they want to attain to. It's funny because the Hierophant and the Devil. If this is like a love relationship, I feel like this person fears commitment. They feel like they will lose their freedom. They'll feel like they'll be bound and gagged. Maybe they want to be bound and gagged. But I feel like this person fears commitment. Or this could be you not wanting to, like, if you don't want to get caught up in something that's not the healthiest for you, and then, like I said, it could be a job, it could be love, it could be anything, right? So you're kind of like maintaining your faith and hope that whatever it is that you want, you can achieve it. You can receive it, right? The uncross is showing up with both the Empress on her pendant. There's an uncross, and then there's one right here with the Hierophant. So I feel like that's the thing. Like this, like if this is you holding back, if you resonate with being an Empress, like you feel like you have your whole life together, you have everything you need, everything you want, you're fulfilled, you're happy with the way your life is, then you may be don't want to get caught up in situations. You don't want to be committed to situations that aren't for your betterment. You know, you don't want anything that's going to bring you down. It's going to make you leave your throne. 11:11, as I was saying that. You don't want anything that's going to make you come down from your throne. You don't want to get trapped in situations that may dethrone you. Yeah, the Nine of Pentacles is an independent energy. Someone who, like I said, someone who feels fulfilled, you know, that they have everything they need, you know. Maybe that is your goal. Like you want to reach the level of Empress. But right now it's like you're so much focused, honed in on, because to me, this kind of looks like a hawk. And hawks tend to be very, you know, bird's eye view, I'm thinking. Yesterday we talked about the owl. Same thing with the hawk. You know, you're being a little more discerning about what offers you're going to be taking, what offers you're going to accept. I was watching Jane Stone Tarot yesterday, and she was talking about, you know, you don't need to fix. She said, what was it? If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? But she says, even if it is broken, you still don't have to fix it because you're not Bob the Builder. And I commented on her video and I said, yeah, I'm not Bob the Builder. I want a man that's pre-assembled. You know, I don't want no IKEA of a man. Like I have to put him together, you know? So all that to say is that prompted me to create a post about not accepting less than what you deserve. So this is about you valuing yourself. So there's someone who is learning how to value themselves, or someone who already values themselves. They see everything that they have, everything that they've worked for, and everything that they have to offer. And now they want someone who's going to match them in energy. This is what I'm getting for the reading. You know, you no longer want to engage in connections that kind of keep you tied up emotionally or even physically, even energetically, even like spiritually, because sometimes you can get caught up with people who aren't good for you in a spiritual sense. You know, they may, like I said, dethrone you in some way. So if you've already walked away from a situation like this, then you're like now this, like you're just focusing on what matters to you, and it's what you already know. You know, because the Fool is someone who already knows things, but they're entering a new cycle that's unknown. So, but with the unknown, you're gonna find stability with what you already know, what you've already experienced, what you've already learned, and knowing that whatever this independent journey you're heading into, that you're not going to be lacking in anything. You're not going to be lacking. You're not going to be missing out on anything. Because sometimes when you're caught up as committed to certain people or certain situations, they take from you, they drain you, they limit you, they bind you, you know. They may keep you in places that are no longer, where things go to die rather than things go to bloom. So that's what this energy is. Okay, I got to get out of this energy. But I think it's good, you know, if you're understanding that you want more for yourself and you don't want to settle for less, then there's nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You know, you should do you. You want to be in partnerships that are grounded and stable and secure. It's funny I'm saying that because I saw the King of Pentacles with the Two of Cups, but then now I see the King of Pentacles for here because I'm shuffling. Look at that. The Ten of Cups is right here, right? And I told you I saw the Two of Cups. and the Ten of Pentacles. You want something that's just going to be long lasting, has longevity, that can stand the test of time, you know? The Ten of Cups is at the bottom. Yeah, you no longer want to be in a sense of lack, because you know you are not lacking in any way. You know that you're full of love and harmony, peace. You have so much love to give, but not everybody is worthy of receiving that love. And that doesn't make them bad, you know, it's just that they have some work to do on themselves. They have to, you know, if someone doesn't really feel good about themselves, then how are they going to be able to appreciate like the full breadth of what you can possibly offer if you resonate with being someone who has everything you need, everything you want, you know, because this person may possibly compare themselves to you and then see where they're lacking. You see, you have the Queen of Pentacles with the Five of Pentacles. You know, this person is going to be always looking at what's wrong rather than trying to see what they can do right or what is right. You know, interesting message. Someone needed to hear that. Wow. The Four of Cups. Yeah, we were talking about not accepting things that you no longer, it's like you're going to be very careful, you know. You're no longer looking at the past. You are learning. You learned from the past, but you're being very careful about what you accept, you know. Yeah, we got some heartbreak with the Three of Swords right there. Okay, let me fix that card. Let's see. Oops, that was a bad shuffle. Magician with the Justice card. Gemini and Libra energy. Gemini's communication, Mercury. That Five of Pentacles with the Judgment card. And the Emperor. Okay, let's see. I don't like the way those cards sound when I knock on them. See, that sounds better. Okay, going into the Fortune Oracle. Oh, geez, Louise, these tarot cards. I guess I got offended. Okay, let's see what's the fortune message for today. What's the fortune message for today, December 2nd? I'm going to start off a new reading, okay? So if this reading resonates with you at all, please like, share, subscribe. I'm going to start a new live right now after I close this one out. So if this reading resonates with you at all, please like, share, and subscribe to Artemis Oracle. Thank you so much and have a wonderful day, evening, or afternoon, wherever you are. Bye.